Let me say again, to any country, any organization, anyone thinking of taking advantage of this situation, I have one word: don't.
This afternoon, President Biden reaffirming U.S. support for Israel as the war with Hamas reaches its 4th day. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Brent Solomon.
And I'm Kay Quinn. Close to 2,000 have died, including at least 14 Americans, and other Americans are being held hostage by Hamas. NBC's Jay Gray reports.
With explosions rattling neighborhoods, the skies between Israel and Gaza filled with rockets, President Biden addresses the nation, leaving no question about where the U.S. stands in this war.
In this moment, we must be crystal clear. We stand with Israel. We stand with Israel.
American warships and fighter jets right now moving into the region with more help on the way.
The effort and the focus is on making sure that Israel has the munitions, the weapons, the tools that they need to defend themselves and to go after these Hamas terrorists.
But funding and full-scale support can't come without congressional approval, and that won't happen until the House elects a new speaker.
But if we don't have a speaker, we can't put anything on the floor, and we're paralyzed.
The Republicans campaigning for the job, Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise, continue to meet with members, various GOP voting blocs, and state delegations looking to win support.
2 young women, 3 other young men. They were put on a pickup truck and driven away by Hamas.
The president confirming Americans are among more than 100 hostages being held in Gaza. With continuing threats, they'll be executed in retaliation for what Hamas militants described as attacks without warning on civilians in the Gaza Strip. Jay Gray, NBC News, Washington.
During an Israel solidarity event outside Chicago this morning, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker called for people to reject terrorism and stand with Israel.
We who believe in peace and freedom and human rights for Israelis, for Palestinians, for all humankind, must reject those who use terror as their weapon.
The event is one of many taking place across the country this week in the aftermath of the Hamas attack. You can find continuing coverage of the war on KSDK.com. For a link to our stories, just text the word Israel to 314-425-5355.
Right now, St. Louis County Police investigating a road rage incident in Fenton. It led to gunshots fired on the interstate this morning. 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer is live near I-44 with new details for us. Diamond, what are you learning from police?
Well, good evening, Brent. We're learning that this incident happened this morning at 8 a.m. from police, and that's a time when many people are on their way to school and work. It happened actually right behind me on Interstate 44 eastbound at Bowles. And if you are familiar with this area, you know it is very close to the Wally's gas station. We want to take you to some video that we captured earlier here at the scene. Now, county police officers arrived at the scene, and that's when they found a man in a gray Ford pickup truck with injuries to his hand. They still aren't sure if he was shot or injured by the flying glass, but he was taken to the hospital and treated for his injuries. Not too long after, police tell us they took another man into custody. Now, the preliminary investigation shows the shooting was indeed a result of road rage, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol responded to the scene as well to help out those county police officers. Initially, they believe the incident started after a minor car crash further west on I-44. But since then, MHSP says after further investigation, they don't even believe there was a car crash before the road rage incident. Of course, at this time, I am left with many questions about this investigation, but we hope to have those answers to you in our 6 p.m. report. Reporting live here in Fenton, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Diamond. In about 2 hours, the St. Louis County Council will hold a final vote on 2 public safety bills. The first would allow the county to continue leasing the North County precinct on Benham Road for another 6 months. Last year, county leaders broke ground on a new precinct near Christian Hospital. Once it opens later this year, it will be nearly twice the size of the current precinct. The other measure deals with teens and guns. If passed, kids 16 years or younger will not be able to purchase or carry a gun in public. It would also make it illegal to give or lend a gun to teens unless the adult is a parent or guardian or has permission from a parent. Tonight's County Council meeting begins at 6:30.
Time now for your Weather First forecast. It was a pretty chilly start this morning, but temps across the bi-state are heating up a bit. Meteorologist Jim Castillo now with the first look. Hey, Jim.
Hi, Brent. Yeah, what a beautiful day out there. Cool and a little bit below average, and it's very sunny now. Now, what's going to happen during the overnight hours? A warm front approaches. Clouds will increase a little bit, and there's even a chance of rain, even thunder, as we get into the overnight hours in the morning. And mainly Interstate 70 northward, and I'll have more on that coming up in Maine weather, but it's 70 right now and a west-southwest wind at 14. It's actually getting a little bit breezy, and for the rest of the week, it's also going to get breezier. We have this warm front coming in as we get into the overnight hours, so it's really the morning that we have that chance of rain, and then it's just warm and breezy as we get into tomorrow afternoon. And then a cold front heads our way for Friday. That'll be the best chance of seeing rain and thunder in here. Much more on that coming up. And looking around the Midwest right now, I see the 81 in Wichita. That's headed our way as we get into the next couple of days. And of course, that 7-day forecast coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, thank you, Jim. Well, right now you can learn more about the city of Manchester's annexation proposal. The city would like to expand its borders around Manchester. Barrett Station and Carmen Roads is leaving it up to residents to decide if it should pass or fail.
An annexation forum is taking place at Mary's Shelter in Love Park. It runs till 6:30 tonight. Voters will cast their ballots on the annexation on Tuesday, November 7th. The city of St. Louis will spend nearly $26 million in federal funds to develop more affordable housing. Part of the funding will be used to renovate and reopen over 120 public housing units. Funding will also go to social service groups to help homeless people get housing. Well, the greater St. Louis area is shrinking. A new study reveals the 2 metro areas about to surpass us.
And keeping drugs out of the hands of inmates. New technology at one local jail.
Congressional stalemate. The 2 leading contenders for House Speaker who appear to be splitting the vote.